Hello, this is Derek from Sharptree, and today I'm going to be showing how an inspection is completed in Opqo. Before I get started, I want to mention that I'm doing this demo on a tablet, but the process starting off, let's log in. If this is your first time opening the app, it'll ask you to connect to a Maximo instance. However, that has already been completed for this demo. So I'm just going to enter in my password. Now this is going to be your Maximo login, and I'm going to click or tap login. The app starts me off on the dashboard screen where it shows the total work order count, urgent work, action plan work, and overdue work. I'll tap on total work orders to see the full list of, let's see, it's asking for Google location. There we go. Okay. So I can find the inspection I'm looking for either on the left-hand side by scrolling through. I can find it on the map, or I can scan an asset or location tag using the device's camera. For this demo, I'm going to use the map. So I found the inspection I'm looking for, so I'm going to tap on the purple dot here. And this brings up a summary of the work order. So I'll tap on View Detail to see the full work order. On this screen, I can see the work order's description, location, status, scheduled finish date, hazards, and more. So one of the things that I can take a look at is the attachments. So for example, if I'm out in the field and I need access to the manual, for example, I can add that as an attachment, tap it here, and now I can, swipe through, look at, see like maybe the fire extinguisher diagram here and other details about the equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and tap back to the work order. I can also view the work order logs. I can see Jim has added a note here to also check the fire extinguisher cylinder for defects. So I'll note that, and then I'll scroll back up here. Before I get started on my inspection, I'm going to start tracking my time, and to do that, I'm going to tap the time tracker tile here, and then click the play button. So now that my time is started, I'm going to start my inspection. And I can do that by clicking the activity tile on the right-hand side. In Opqo, activities can describe 3 different types of records: inspections, tasks, and child work orders. This particular work order just has an inspection, which I can tell because the activity tile has no text on the top left and has an asset indicator to the top right. I can tell it's not a task because there's no task number in the top left, and it doesn't have task controls like notes and not done and complete buttons. I can also tell that it's not a child work order because the activity tile doesn't have a work order. To enter the inspection, I'll tap on the activity tile, which brings up the inspection form. This inspection form has some optional questions and some required questions. I can hide the optional questions by tapping the Hide Optional Questions toggle on the top left. I can navigate around the inspection questions by scrolling down, which shows all sub-questions for the question group. I can also switch question groups by either tapping the question group on the left-hand side or by swiping to the left and right. These inspection questions are pulled straight from Maximo, so Opqo can support single responses, text responses, numeric responses, meter readings, and more. It also supports question conditions and end of inspection actions like creating follow-up work orders based on any responses that require it. Now, without any further ado, I'll go ahead and answer these inspection questions. So the installation date, let's mark as today. Gauge is green, access is unobstructed, seals unbroken, no damage, structures are legible, fire extinguisher is full, it's not missing. The annual tag is more than a year old, so I'm going to mark that as no, and the annual inspection date is correct. Okay, moving on. I can make some comments. So one of the work log notes was that I needed to check the cylinder condition, so I'll just say cylinder condition is good. And I can add an attachment. So I can do that from my camera or from the camera roll. I'll just use camera roll, choose my picture, and then swipe to the right, and then tap the complete inspection. It's going to ask me if I want to complete it, and I'll say yes, and that'll complete the inspection and take me back to the work order. Now that I'm back at the work order, I'll go back into the time tracker and stop the timer and tap record. So this will ask me if I'm sure that I want to add the track time. I'll select yes, and then tap back to the work order. And now, since all of the activities for this work order are complete, I'll tap on status. It shows me that all the work order is complete, all the tasks on the work order are complete, and I can say complete work, and then yes to confirm. And that takes me right back to the main work order screen here. The updates I've been making to this work order and inspection form are immediately shown in Desktop Maximo. However, I've completed this whole demo with Wi-Fi turned off to show how much I was able to do without having a connection. You'll notice that the link symbol on the left-hand side here has a blue dot next to it, which shows that there are records ready to sync. You'll notice that this link symbol shows a blue dot next to it, which shows that a record is ready to sync once I'm connected to the internet. If I turn Wi-Fi back on, the sync will complete, and I'll be able to see the record updates in Maximo after refreshing the record. That concludes the short demo on completing an inspection in Opqo. During this demo, we only touched on a fraction of Opqo's capabilities, but if you're interested in a more in-depth demo, please let me know and I'd be happy to set that up. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to reach out to me at derek@sharptree.io. Thank you for your time today.